Also a brief stop there, brief interlude. Just to have a rest really and figure out where I'm going. I'm going very slow today. Can't believe how slow I'm going, to be honest. These hills, I'm not good at them. Local fire station. I am in a bit of a pickle when it comes to these recordings. It's taking up so much space in the hard drives. I can't edit them fast enough. And I haven't even touched the audio. I'm recording the audio separately. It just sounds, well, it's usable, to be honest. The audio from the camera is terrible. And I already had an audio recorder, so why wouldn't you use that, yeah? But, unfortunately, I can't find a way of speeding up the audio. So I want to put a lot of this video at least 2 times speed. Otherwise it's going to be so boring, especially these hill climbs. So I'd like the audio to still sync, to be in time. Otherwise the audio is pointless. But yeah, on Android, which I must say is a terrible operating system, I can't find a way just to speed up the audio file in the application I use for editing. Everything on Android is made for mass consumerism, not for something really useful. But I could not afford to buy a laptop because I only have a desktop computer, so I had to get a cheap tablet. Which I think is one of the reasons I struggle so much with getting rendering done. But a lot of people have it a lot worse than me, so I shouldn't complain. Except when you see people like that. That van, that trailer. Filming with this 360 camera is, well, the quality of the picture isn't awesome. It's good, but it's not awesome. The biggest plus side is just the ability to look around everywhere. It's quite frankly amazing. And while editing, I see things that I never even saw, especially scenery. As any road user should be, I tend to be mostly focused on the road, which I hope you all do as well, no matter how you're travelling. So I don't see a lot of the scenery, well, not properly. I still imagine I see more than a person in a motor car or motorcycle zooming along at the 80 limit is here, it says. So zoom along at 80 kilometres is a bit quicker than 25. So it's nice to have the cameras to, you can, see around you and see these sometimes wonderful views. The camera, well, looking at the footage from the camera also, I sometimes do think the scenery is quite beautiful. So while cycling, I just go, it seems rather mundane. I think it's just when I'm cycling, my mind's focused on the cycling. I'm not really taking in the scenery. Not as much as I do when I'm watching the recorded footage. So I might try some different software maybe for video editing. I still haven't actually edited a video on this trip because I can't get through the footage. So I have to render out the footage before I can use it in the actual video editing software, so I can add music and the audio. But we'll get there, God willing. So you find that when you watch a video of mine and the voice stops and the picture speeds up and there's no traffic noise, I do record it, but I can't use it, so I can't speed it up. I've tried plugging my lavalier mic, or lapel mic, straight into the camera, recording that way, but I haven't actually reviewed the footage. And I don't know if when it renders it more than native speed, do I lose audio. I need, literally as I've told you, I need a day already, 2 days, to sit down and figure this all out. I am seriously thinking of stopping for a day. As I mentioned earlier, I stopped, I know at Pukekohe, but I had friends around. I was visiting people and watching motorcycles roar around the track. I didn't really spend much time on editing. And last night I stayed at a friend, so I really did very little. All the footage from yesterday is still on the camera. I've got nowhere to put it yet. So over these rolling hills we go. Hopefully my panniers don't jump off today. That was terrible yesterday. I think these panniers are old. Oh, the latches are old. I have noticed sometimes they wiggle open. which is not ideal. It'd be nice if they wiggled shut. But it's the first time that they've ever fell off. I'm wondering maybe I didn't quite clip them on correctly. So we'll leave it for now. Someone's teddy bear's tied to a car pole there. That's another thing, you may not see these things I say because in editing the footage I may not be looking that way. And at the moment I can't hear the audio while I'm watching the footage. I mean, it's feasible, but you can't pause both and start them again at the same time, so it'll just become a mess. So if I talk about things and you can't see them, the camera might say, oh, to my right, and then you're looking left. Sorry about that. Use your imagination. That's all I can say. Looks like we're approaching the next town. For there's a sign decreeing a speed change. Kuemu. Why Malku? Why Malku? Never heard of this place, obviously. Oh, we're not going that way anyway. That's off to the right, we're going straight through to Helensville, which I can say correctly. Hopefully anyway. Oh, that might be a big truck coming. I'll get some room for that one. Yep, there it is. All these towns seem to look the same after a while. All the same shops, the same marketing everywhere. It's all a bit boring. I hate to harken back to older days. I felt there were more diverse small companies, but the big boys have eaten all the small boys. Or was it the big fish eat all the small fish? Now we're left with just shit fish. Seems to be the end of that town. So as I said, we didn't actually go through it. We're on the bypass, I guess. It's another thing they've done a lot of since I left New Zealand. To increase this traffic flow and whatever reasons, they put bypasses past all these towns and cities now, which are great when you're trying to get somewhere, I guess. So I guess it would have hurt a lot of businesses who relied on that through traffic. Another slow crawl up a hill. I'm hoping I'll get better at this. So it won't be so tedious. Well, this is as good as I can do it right now. So it is what it is. A lot of trucks. Fortunately, at least I've got a half decent area here to cycle in off the road. Almost there. And straight down and straight up again. I need to have a drink of water. These hills I can't drink on. So bear with me a second while I go even slower. Have a drink of water. Oh. Oh. Just saw a little spider crawling onto my handlebar bag and going inside of it. No way, no one want to go in there. Good for him, I guess. Oh, that one looks even bigger than the last one. Welcome back to the slow gear. Oh, this one's a struggle. Come on, Vincent. You can do it. Almost there. There must like be another go down, go up piece of road. Oh, we made it. This is the part I'm meant to make those wee noises, isn't it? Mine's more thinking, there's the net too. And hope my pannier doesn't jump. And so we're still on the road here, heading towards Helensville. At a very leisurely pace, must be said. And I've done a fair bit of long distance riding. A lot of people say things like, it must be lonely, which to be honest, sometimes, but not for me really. I don't suffer from loneliness a lot. In fact, at times I like to be alone. Like most people, I think, like at least some time to themselves. But another thing people often will say is, you must have so much time when you're cycling just to think about things, to contemplate things, philosophize, categorize. And I'm afraid for me it's not so much a thing. For me it tends to be more along the lines of I'm spending the time struggling, to be frank. Just sitting there going, oh, just get to that next corner. Oh, just get to the top of the next hill. Thinking along the lines of, wonder where I'm going to sleep tonight. Hope I find a good place. Hope I can, find some food. I carry enough food though to keep me going for a couple of days. But just finding a place to sleep, to pitch my tent. I often look around places like this and you see these fields and go, I can't camp in them, but it'd be lovely if you could. Many countries have many rules regarding camping in just the open land. I don't really know New Zealand's, but I think they're not really into people camping wherever they like, which is unfortunate. And it's like usual, it's the few ruin it for the many. It only takes a few people to ruin it by just leaving messes and causing trouble, being dicks. Where I try to go for the idea of when I camp somewhere, when I leave, the only thing that should have changed would be the grass is a bit flatter where I put my tent. Otherwise, you'd never know I was there. That's how I like to camp. I try to be as self-sufficient as I can. Like with water, I carry a water bladder on the back of my bike underneath the rucksack there that I have sat there. And I like to leave it out, like fill it at night time before I go to sleep, like if I have access to drinking water. Fill it up and leave it somewhere where it should be shaded in the morning. I also tend to overfill it. If water's not an issue, I'll overfill it, like as in fill it to 8 or 9 litres, then only take maybe 5 litres with me. And that's just, the more mass of cold water, the longer it stays cold, it seems. So that water from the morning, that 10 odd or 8 odd litres will hopefully hold a bit more of that cool energy. if that's the right term. My water will be that little bit chilly, which is nice. But even after a day's ride out in the sun, so not today, but in the days out in the sun, having that bag sitting over the water bladder, I have it so there's a tap at the rear of the bike, which I can just flick open and fill up my little cycling water bottles. And with that, have access to drinking water. And the water does tend to stay quite cold. Like even in the afternoon, or come evening. The water in my bottle when I'm finished drinking it from the frame of the bicycle is tepid, if not warm. But out of the bottle, out of the water bladder, in comparison, it feels refreshing. It's by no means cold, but it is refreshing. Woodhill Forest. Don't seem to be able to get any speed today. Seems to be a constant struggle. There's a headwind, so that's not helping, but I think it's more a matter of lack of fitness. Those trucks just fly past. You think they could slow down a bit. The wind pushes you around massively. But the truck drivers all have like Mad Hatter syndrome from Alice in Wonderland. Okay. Was it Mad Hatter? Here's the one with the clocks, wasn't he? Don't be late, don't be late. Why? What's wrong with being late? This is not good. The road's narrowing down now. I've lost my verge, or edge, or What else? A bit of a stretch. Feel the wind now. I go through this cleft in the hill. I don't know why, but my heart's not in it today. It's got no energy. I don't know why, it's no strength. I feel quite knackered. I keep hoping to get to the next corner and see a sign saying Helensville 2 kilometres or welcome to Helensville or some such. I think it's got 10k still. Which at this pace could be like 3/4 of an hour. Or maybe 40 minutes or some such. Here I was thinking today would be easy. Short sprint to Helensville. Who am I fooling? It's never easy. It's come up on the hour mark. My battery only lasts an hour on my camera, so I might pull over here. Actually, go down to those trees. So I hope you enjoyed this ride so far today. I'll sign off for now. I'll be back soon with the next part of Vincent's bike ride.